What up, Hyperchange? Welcome to another episode. We're doing Stocks 101. It's been a long time. I showed this chart a couple episodes ago, and one of the questions I've been getting from you guys is, why are you so concentrated? Like, that seems crazy. What about this whole diversification thing? Are you supposed to build a diversified portfolio with all these components? Why are you all in on one stock that's uber risky, which is Tesla? Totally. Makes sense, 100%. That is what they'll teach you in finance school. That's what, financial advisors say. You want to diversify. Well, I'm going to simplify this down to a Warren Buffett quote, and I might say this a little wrong, but the basic gist is, diversification preserves wealth, concentration builds wealth. I'm a very young investor who is in the market for decades and decades to come. I want to build wealth. I don't really have any wealth to preserve. So that's why diversification doesn't make sense for me. And I believe in concentration. The other thing is I'm a big believer in fundamentally having an incredibly good understanding of the things I'm investing in. If I believe I want to beat the market and outperform, I need to have an incredibly solid understanding of the assets or companies that I'm buying. And that is why, as you'll note, I spend pretty much all my time researching Tesla. It's the one stock I own. I feel like sort of an expert in Tesla. I've been studying the company for like 10 years now, and that is where I have the most confidence. So to me, it's almost more risky to start buying things I don't know just for the purpose of diversifying rather than owning something that I feel like I really understand. That being said, everything in my portfolio is incredibly risky. Tesla, flamethrowers, crypto assets, these are all things that could easily go to zero and be totally worthless. Why does that not freak me out or scare me? Because I don't have a family to support. I'm not, saving up for retirement. I mean, maybe I should be, whatever. Hyperchange fails, all my investments go to zero, Tesla goes bankrupt, whatever. I'll go try and get a job babysitting for Starbucks, walking dogs. I don't care. I'll hustle, and I've sort of accepted that as maybe you'll totally screw up and mess up. But I also feel like the flip side is there's just so much opportunity. I see Tesla having the potential to go up 5 to 10x in the next few years and be a part of this incredibly, emotional and inspiring story about transitioning the world off of fossil fuels into a more sustainable transport system, which is something I couldn't feel more strongly and passionate about. So being a part of that movement is really important to me. Additionally, I feel like, if I owned just 5% of my portfolio in Tesla and then put the other stuff into, Apple and safer things and, Berkshire Hathaway, that's fine. But my portfolio is so small. Even if I compound it 15 to 20% per year, sure, it'll be solid, but it's not really going to be a game-changing amount of money for me. I'm not preserving wealth. I want to build wealth, significantly outperform the market. That means making concentrated, knowledgeable bets, basically just putting my money where my mouth is. If I think Tesla's going to crush the market and I want to crush the market, then I'm going to put a significant amount of my net worth in Tesla. And the only reason I'm comfortable with that is because I've done so much research. That's why when people own 20 or 30 stocks, sure, that's great. You're diversified. You're checking all the boxes, but do you really think you understand 30 companies better than the market does? I fundamentally cannot. I can only understand a handful of assets, and that's why I only invest in a handful of things. So the gist of this episode is, I think it just totally depends on your mindset. What kind of risk do you want? Are you trying to preserve your money? Do you want to grow your money? How well do you understand what you're investing in? These are all questions you need to ask yourself when you're designing your portfolio allocation. But I think the guiding philosophy that I have always used is this quote: concentration builds wealth, diversification preserves wealth. And that, I'm in the concentration builds wealth mode of my life, and that is why my portfolio looks the way it does. Anyway, Stocks 101, wanted to give you guys a little bit of insight into the rationale behind my portfolio allocation. Comments, questions, feedback, ideas for a next Stock 101 episode, leave it below. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.